So about 6 months ago when I did my GC loader mod, I recounted a story for you guys where I was able to get this guy, a Platinum Pokemon XD GameCube from a person at GameStop who didn't have any of the cords or wires or anything like that for the console, and I got it for $5. That was a hell of a score, right? $5 for a great system, and I got to thinking, I was like, man, this would be a great way to start a collection. If I didn't already have one, I mean, it's just kind of an extra console for me right now. But then I started thinking a little bit more about it, and I realized how cost prohibitive collecting for the GameCube is right now. What's going on, everyone? I'm Jay, my channel is Square Pegs, and today I am doing a $100 challenge where I am taking $100, comparing what is listed on price charting. So what I've done is I put together a list of 6 excellent games coming out under $100. These are complete in box with any accessories that they shipped with, and these are fantastic games that you can start building a GameCube collection with. All right, so how am I pricing these? So what I am doing for this one in particular, there will be future iterations of this where I am actually going on a game hunt with $100 to find out what I can put together from local shops. But today, we are just looking at things that I've already got and kind of pricing it out compared to what is on price charting. I'm going to be rounding those prices up to the nearest quarter. So basically, if something is like at $15.12, we're going to round that up to $15.25 just to keep the math easy because I'm terrible at math. Up first, we have the continuation of one of my favorite series in the Nintendo 64, and sadly the last entry in the series that we have received so far, and that is Wave Race Blue Storm. This one comes in at $13.25. My favorite racing game on the Nintendo GameCube involves jet skis. I love Wave Race Blue Storm. I think this game is an absolute improvement over the Wave Race 64 game, which of course was an improvement over the Game Boy original, but I really think that this game is just an absolute bastion of quality and is something that I think a lot of people overlook because it's a racing game. So many people are enamored with the platformers and the bright and colorful games that the Nintendo GameCube offers and just overlook games like this one in 1080 Avalanche. It's a massive game. There are a ton of different tracks that you're able to do. There's different modes that you're able to go through. Time attack, stunt mode, there's a multiplayer mode, and free roam where you're just able to kind of go around, as well as 8 different characters that you can choose from. It's really, really well made. It has incredibly strong water physics, which again is kind of the hallmark of what the Wave Race series entails. And it's just so much fun to play. It's a game that I just think a lot of people overlooked, like I said, that I think if they gave it a chance, they would fall in love with it the same way I did. Wave Race Blue Storm is not terribly expensive, $13.25, and makes a great foundation piece for your GameCube collection. Alright, up next, I had to do this one because I really don't think you can build a GameCube collection without having one of the particular things in this game, and that is Donkey Konga 2, complete with the DK bongos. Now on price charting, this together, the Donkey Konga 2 complete with bongos, goes for $20.75. One of the things I love about the Nintendo GameCube is how kind of ridiculous they get with certain things, like having a game that has a bongo as a controller. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. I don't think a whole lot of people did. And Donkey Konga 2 is really good. Now, I like all the Donkey Konga games or the Donkey Kong related games that use the bongo controllers, but from a value perspective, Donkey Konga 2 gets the nod here. You've got 30 different songs that you're able to play, and I can't really show any of them on here because I'll get copyright stricken. You can play all kinds of songs here like All Star from Smash Mouth, La Bamba from Richie Valens, Losing My Religion by REM. There's a wide variety of different games you can play here, and if you like rhythm games, Donkey Konga 2 is not going to disappoint you. It's challenging, it's fun, it looks really good. Like, it displays a progressive scan, which I did not expect or know that was going to happen. And hey, for under 21 bucks, $20.75 to get both the game and the bongo controllers, that's pretty awesome. The GameCube was known for fantastic 3D platformers, and one of my personal favorites from that console is this guy right here, and I love the remake on the Switch, don't get me wrong, but I've got such a soft spot in my heart for the original, and that is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, which goes for $13.75. With so many fantastic third-person action-adventure platformers to choose from, I find myself coming back to Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy pretty consistently since its release back in 2003. I just love this game. I like the look of it. I think it's got a great style and a great sense of humor, and I think that is kind of the hallmark of games released on the GameCube in this era, was all of them kind of took themselves a little less seriously than most games today. I think the design of the game is really smart. I think there's some interesting challenges throughout. I just really like this game. It's got a certain charm and a certain sense of adventure and kind of just captures this kind of carefree attitude that I think a lot of games lack nowadays. And I really love that about it. I mean, this is a game that you can get in so many varieties of ways and in so many different platforms, but for me, playing the original on the GameCube, this is one of the first GameCube games that I purchased. and this is something that just, to me, screams Nintendo and screams GameCube. You can get it on the Switch, absolutely, but on the Nintendo GameCube, $13.75, you are not going to find a better 3D platformer than this one. All right, 3 out of the 6 games so far, and we are not even to the $50 mark yet. Up next is one of my favorite 3D action platformers, and this is from Ubisoft. This is kind of a landmark game for this particular console generation, and it spun off a fantastic series of games and a often underappreciated and much maligned film, and it is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. I love this game. This one goes for $14.50. As long as the Prince of Persia series has been around, I've always kind of been interested in it, but it's never something that I really fell in love with until the Sands of Time released, because this game is just kind of mind-blowing when you consider what it does for when it released. A game that released in 2003, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time incorporated all kinds of gameplay mechanics that we still see in play today. Like, if you look at the basic gameplay elements of what Prince of Persia does with the dodging and the attack chains and things like that, you have things like Marvel's Spider-Man and Batman Arkham Asylum that are kind of present here. They all stem from right here with this game. It is so good. It is so well done. It's a game that holds up ridiculously well 18 years after its original release. And for something that I have bought multiple times over the years and I own on multiple different consoles, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time at $14.50 is just such a ridiculously low price to me. Like, as much as I love this game and as great as it is, I can see paying double for it, but you can score it for under 15 bucks. Actually, next up, and this one is from a bit of a subset. This isn't the original release. This is from the Player's Choice line. This is one of my favorite games on the console. One of the best looking, one of the best playing, and that is Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2. This one goes for $14. I don't think there are too many games that look better than Rogue Leader on the GameCube, and it's such a great game and it's so much fun to play that it's something that I have gone back to regularly since its release in 2001. Like, we're talking about a game that is over 20 years old at this point. It feels like a Star Wars movie come to life. Like, you are in a dogfight at all times. It controls great and it looks great, and the sound in the game is spectacular. Not that you can hear it, because again, I don't want to get a copyright strike like I usually do whenever I show this game off. I love the wide variety of different missions you're able to go on. I like that it is all things that you are going to pick and choose and kind of participate in that happened in the Star Wars films. And the further into the game you go, the more stuff you're going to unlock and the more things you're going to experience. There's bonus power-ups in every level, there's hidden things, there's awesome Star Wars environments and different enemies that you're going to have to face, and the game is just fantastic. I think this is one that pretty much every GameCube owner should have, or at least should play at some point. And Rogue Leader, especially this Player's Choice version being only $14, is such a steal. It's such a fantastic game. All right, and as a sucker for snowboarding games, this is one of my favorites. This is a first-party Nintendo game. This one goes for $18.25, and it is 1080 Avalanche. I have, for a very long time, been a huge fan of snowboarding games, and I kind of blame that on Cool Borders and SSX, but the 1080 series from the GameCube and the 64 are some of my absolute favorites. From a gameplay perspective, 1080 Avalanche is pretty straightforward. It is a snowboard racing game. You are going down a mountain, you are able to perform tricks, and that's it. There are different game modes as well. There's 20 courses. You can do trick attacks, time trials, gate modes, which is kind of like slalom, and it's really, really well made. Like, the game looks fantastic, and it plays really well. It's something that I just absolutely love. Now, it's not the deepest game on the planet, but it is something that Nintendo has produced themselves. This is a first-party Nintendo game, and it just holds up incredibly well. And I think it looks great. One of the things I really like about this game is that it actually doesn't take itself too seriously. You're able to actually get different objects that you can ride down the mountain instead of just your snowboard, which is pretty cool. There is a single disc and a double disc version. The secondary disc has the mini DVD, and if you can find that, that's awesome. It's got a half hour of snowboard footage, which is really cool, but for me, the gameplay is where it's at. All right, guys, there you have it. 6 games that you can start building a fantastic GameCube collection from. Now, these aren't heavy hitters. These aren't ones that you're going to have to take out a second mortgage on. These are just solid classic games that you can add to your GameCube collection for $94.45. You still have a little bit of money left over to pick up a memory card, see if you can find yourselves a Mad Catz controller or something like that. It is a fantastic way to start building the GameCube collection, and hey, there's nothing better than getting the bongos. There are so many great options on the GameCube, and unfortunately there are so many high-priced games that a lot of people are just kind of scared off from collecting for the console, and I get that. but I'm telling you, these 6 games, they'll start you off on the right foot. Let me know in the comments down below what game you think I should have had on this list, because there will be another iteration of this going forward. And I tell you what, next month, we are looking at games for the Xbox One. Now is the best time to be collecting for the Xbox One and the PS4 because games are dirt cheap. Please hit like, please subscribe down below if you're new around here and haven't already done so. And if you really dig the work I do around here, consider becoming a monthly Patreon sponsor like the folks you're seeing on screen right now. And hey, check out the new merch store at ytsquarepegs.com. All kinds of awesome shirts there. The new fantastic logo is on a shirt. It looks great. And don't forget to follow me on social media. You can find me at ytsquarepegs pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Well, those are the main 3, so not everywhere, but those are the big ones. Until next time, folks, I've been Jay. Appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me today. And hey, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.